Thank you for joining Money Simplified, your guide to money and mutual funds, presented by Franklin Templeton Mutual Fund. We appreciate your participation. At PersonalFN, we are committed to helping investors achieve their financial goals and objectives. Our core proposition is built around unbiased research and financial planning. We wish to thank Franklin Templeton Mutual Fund for partnering with us in this investor education and awareness initiative. So welcome to the third session of Money Simplified, your guide to money and mutual funds. We are glad to have you with us for the third session, checking your financial health. Alright, so now let's get started. All of us want to live a healthy life, so we go to our doctors for regular checkups. But have you visited a financial doctor as well? While many of you may be surprised at this question, let us apprise you that like you undergo a health checkup, it is imperative that you undergo a financial health checkup as well if you desire that your personal finances remain in the pink too. So here in our learning session today, let's learn how to check your financial health. In order to check your financial health, you need to ask yourself a few questions related to your finances. So the first question that arises, are you aware about your cash flows? That is your cash inflows and outflows. If you are aware about your cash flows, congratulations. You have got your first step right towards managing your finances. But if not, then you should immediately make a detailed chart of your income and expenses. It will enable you to know where you are spending your hard-earned money, and you may also come across some unnecessary expenses which you could curtail to have better cash inflows. Are your finances getting better or worse every year? You see, as we all engage in an economic activity to make a living and have financial commitments to meet, we all need to assess if our personal finances are getting better or worse. If your personal finances are getting better, you are getting financially healthy. Congratulations, your income is increasing at a higher rate than your expenses, and you are getting financially healthy with each year that goes by. But if your personal finances are getting worse, you should seriously start worrying. Why? This is because your income is increasing at a lesser rate than your expenses, and someday you may face a scenario where your income is insufficient to pay off all your expenses. To avoid such a scenario, you should either try to increase your income or reduce your expenses. Building contingency reserve. Can you pay for regular expenses without having any income in case if you do not have a job for the next 6 months? So it's time you build a contingency reserve. You see, we all need to set aside some portion of our income to take care of the rainy days. And if you haven't done that, you could possibly face a financial crisis. So start building a contingency reserve of minimum 6 months of your regular expenses. So if your monthly expenses are say rupees 50,000, your contingency reserve should be 50,000 into 6 months, that is 3 lakh. Know the extent of your liabilities. Do you have any loan? If you have a loan, you need to pay EMI on your loans, and EMI is one of the major portions of your regular expenses. If such EMI accounts for more than 40% of your monthly income, then you're inviting financial risks. If your monthly income is say rupees 1 lakh, ideally your EMI should not exceed 40% of 1 lakh, that is rupees 40,000. What can lead to financial risks? Increase in interest rate can increase your EMI, which will overstretch your monthly expenses. High monthly expenses will lead to low savings, which may even have an impact on your commitment towards financial goals. If you choose to increase the loan tenure by keeping your EMI the same, you will have an extended repayment term and will have to carry your liabilities for some more years and maybe postpone some of your financial goals. You see, this is something for which you may not be financially ready. So it is advisable that your expenses towards EMI should never be more than 35 to 40% of your monthly salary or income. Do not overburden yourself. Is your investment portfolio well diversified? Diversification can be done across many asset classes such as equity, debt, gold, and real estate. It is one of the basic tenets of investing that helps you to reduce the risk on your overall portfolio. Thus, it is important that you diversify wisely. Are you overexposed to equity? Equity as an asset class carries high risk. When you are young, your ability to take risk is high. But as age increases, your ability to take risk decreases. So consider your age. A basic thumb rule. Theoretically, as a thumb rule, you can invest 100 minus your age as a percentage into equity and the rest in debt. So say if your age is 25, by the formula which we just learned, 100 minus 25, 75% you can invest in equity and the rest in debt, that is 25% in debt and gold. As your age increases and you approach your goals with more commitment, your risk-taking ability reduces. So with each passing year, you will need to gradually reduce your exposure to equities. How do you invest? Lump sum or via the Systematic Investment Plan, SIP? Investment habits can have a big impact on your returns, especially in equity. As it is almost difficult for anyone to time the market correctly, it is advisable to invest via the SIP mode of investing as against the lump sum mode of investing into the equity markets. The Systematic Investment Plan offers the advantages of rupee cost averaging and compounding. Moreover, it also infuses discipline of investing regularly for your good financial health. Monitor your investments. Do you monitor your investments regularly? Investing whatever you save does not mean that you will be able to earn good returns. You also need to monitor your investments regularly. If your investments are not in line with your asset allocation or are not performing well, then you may have to do alterations to your investment portfolio as well. Do you have enough life insurance cover? Life insurance cover protects the family financially in case of demise of the breadwinner of the family. Your life insurance requirements ideally should be your monthly income into 12 months into 10 times. So say if your monthly income is rupees 1 lakh, your insurance requirement should be rupees 1 lakh into 12 months into 10 times of that, so you'll get an answer of 1.2 crore. If you don't have life insurance cover, then you should immediately buy one and protect the financial future of your family. And we believe the prudent way to buy a life cover is through term plans, because the sole objective of insurance is to indemnify risk. Remember not to club your investment and insurance needs together with investment cum insurance plans. They may prove to be costly. Have adequate health insurance cover. Do you have enough health insurance cover for you and your family? Like life insurance, it is imperative to have a health insurance cover as well. Health insurance cover reimburses the hospitalization bills in case the insured has to be hospitalized for any illness. So it's always better to take a health insurance cover at an early age, because as age increases, the chances of being diagnosed with some disease increases, and if that happens, then it may be difficult to get an adequate health insurance cover. So here are some key takeaway points for today's learning session. Know your cash flows and avoid making unnecessary expenses. Stay within your means. Create a contingency reserve of minimum 6 months and preferably 12 months. It will take care during emergencies. EMI should not increase more than 35 to 40% of your monthly income. Else, you may be overburdened with your liabilities and invite financial risk. Diversify your investments. It will help you to reduce the overall risk on your portfolio. Invest via the Systematic Investment Plan as against the lump sum investments in equity. SIPs can inculcate discipline in your investments and keep you financially healthy. Monitor your investments regularly. It is important to track your investments and take timely action. Have an adequate life insurance cover to financially protect your family. Have an adequate health insurance cover for you and your family. And last but not the least, taking care of these small things with your finances can help you keep financially healthy. So to end our today's learning session, we now invite you to test your learning by taking up this simple quiz and win exciting prizes. Thank you for participating. Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.